And right concentration is made the eighth factor. This can lead to the misunderstanding that concentration is the final step of the path, the goal in the rest of the path. But that is a mistake. Rather, the state of concentration which is reached, where the mind is stilled and collected, serves as the means for developing insight. With the calm, collected mind, we have to go back to reach the first factor of the path, to reach right view. We set out to develop right view again. But this time we're not concerned with right view as a conceptual understanding of the Dhamma. Now we're working to get a right vision of the Dhamma, to get a vision of the truth. We set out to transform right view from idea into perception, into the direct seeing of the truth. And the way to go about this is as follows. Having gained a measure of concentration, we take the concentrated mind and apply it again to the practice of right mindfulness, the seventh factor. As a result of having developed concentration, the mind has become a powerful tool, a real strong instrument of awareness, very clear and calm. So we apply this clear, calm, collected mind to the four foundations of mindfulness, contemplating the body, the feelings, the states of mind, and the mind objects. Then as the mind examines the flow of events in the body-mind process, as it tunes in on the flow from moment to moment, gradually there occurs step by step the arising of insight, which penetrates into the real mark of things. And as insight builds up, as it matures and deepens, it turns into panya, wisdom, the liberating wisdom which sees into the Four Noble Truths. At this peak of development, the seeing of the Four Noble Truths becomes direct and immediate, and it brings the destruction of the defilements, the purification of the mind, and the liberation of the mind from the fetters. But these higher aspects of concentration and insight, as I said, we will deal with in greater detail in the next talk. So we leave off here. Now, having explained the 8 factors of the path, we should understand that these 8 factors can be distributed into 3 basic groups. These 3 groups are moral discipline, concentration, and wisdom. In Pali, sila, samadhi, and panya. The group of moral discipline includes right speech, right action, and right livelihood. All of these commonly share in the nature of being parts of moral discipline. The group of concentration, the samadhi khanda, includes 3 factors: right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. The last of these, right concentration, is the primary member of the group. The other 2 work together to bring about the state of deep concentration. Therefore, this last factor gives its name to the entire set. Then the last training group is wisdom, the panya khanda. This includes the 2 factors, right view and right intentions. Right view represents the direct experiential aspect of wisdom. The inclusion of right intention shows another side to wisdom. It shows the purposive side of wisdom, that wisdom is not merely a matter of passive understanding, but an understanding that has the effect of altering our attitudes and goals, that shows up in our purposes, intentions, and motivations. The 3 aspects of the path are to be developed with one stage acting as the base for the other. We begin with a kind of preliminary right view and right intentions. These come at the very outset. They're really the forerunners of the threefold training rather than a part of it. To embark on the threefold way, We need a certain right understanding of the nature of existence and the right motivations, the right intentions for taking up the practice. Then we enter the actual training with the factors of moral discipline. We strive to purify our discipline through right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Moral discipline acts as the basis for developing concentration. Then when the mind is calm and concentrated, that acts as the basis for developing wisdom. When wisdom is fully developed, it results in liberation, the release of the mind from all defilements. Now, there are two kinds of Noble Eightfold Path. This is an important distinction which has to be remembered. First, there is the mundane path, the Lokiya Magga. This is the path that's developed on occasions when we make a deliberate effort to practice the 8 path factors. When we try to purify our discipline, to develop concentration, and to arouse insight, either in limited day-to-day practice or else in intensive periods of practice, as on retreats, we make an all-out effort to develop mindfulness, concentration, and insight. And this is called the mundane path, Lokiya Magga. But the name has to be understood correctly. This mundane path is not a worldly path in the ordinary sense, a path leading to wealth, fame, or to worldly success. The mundane path leads to enlightenment. And in fact, we have to practice the mundane path in order to reach the supramundane path. Without practicing the mundane Eightfold Noble Path, we cannot reach the supramundane path. The mundane path is called mundane because even at its highest level, in insight contemplation, it still involves the contemplation of conditioned objects, things included in the 5 aggregates. In this respect, it differs from the supramundane path, which is the direct seeing of Nibbana, the unconditioned element. And also, it should not be understood that one is practicing the Noble Eightfold Path simply when one is trying to live by moral principles. People too often think that the Noble Eightfold Path is simply a path of ethical conduct, and that as long as they're living within the basic framework of morality, that then they're